Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever, whenever that you may be tuning in. This is Yonks, and this is yet another pre-launch working group for iLOCAL.fyi. And I believe we're streaming primarily on AIagents.box and a couple of other ecosystem channels. And on the screen right now, we've got a Giveth project. On January 27th, we actually had a conversation with Trisha where we're supporting the Osa Peninsula here. And let me open up. Here's our Telegram here, and I'll actually throw a link in here because I actually created a topic specifically for this QF round on Giveth. And very excited to have Co on here with Hand Protocol. And you can see their project is doing quite well here, raised almost 1,700. I think this is refreshed. I'll throw a link in here too. But anyway, I would love to hear about Hand Protocol and hear how that you've been so successful with this Giveth quadratic funding round, Co.
Hey, what's going on, Youngs? Thank you for the introduction. And it's awesome. Awesome to be here and have to chat with you. Yeah, how have we been so successful? Quadratic funding and COCM and Giveth. Those are sounds like code words, right?
It does, but I know that there's some grinding that goes on behind the scenes to get the donations. So, do you have any secrets? Because we may ourselves with iLocal FYI, we're absolutely positioning iLocal as a public good. But do you have any secrets to share with us as far as what you're doing behind the scenes to get the contributors to show up?
I don't know. You'd have to join Hand Protocol for that.
So how would we do that?
You'd have to become one of the projects in Hand Protocol for that. No, I mean behind the scenes, it's we I just want to jump in straight to the less stressful topic. It's like we created an app called In Cookie Jar was the first name, or Sweet Spot now. Still going to iterate that. But to help people that want to donate to projects on Giveth and Gitcoin, but don't have funds to. So people get to choose, what projects they want to donate to and impact. But with this, we're working with amazing projects, and excuse me, definitely was a big blessing in the beginning. I was on Farcaster and I met Willie. He was launching pardon me one second. He launched Nounspace a while back, and I started contributing some memes, and I met him, and I didn't really know Willie before this. And it almost looks like I knew Willie before all this. And Willie's a give well, or a giveth well with give power, and he boosted us. We are at 18, 20 something now, 20th, which is amazing. So big respect for that.
And that's one of the recent donations on. So for those people that aren't familiar with Give Power, like this is who that you're talking about right here, right, Willie O?
Correct. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what does Give Power do for a project on Giveth?
Yeah. Give power is let's start back. So you stake your give token, and depending on how long you stake it, you can sorry everybody. So depending on how long you stake it, you have more give power, and give power is your boosting for the ecosystem to show your love to all the different projects. So because we have such a high give power, we're ranked to, what does it say? A little lower, 19. And then it'll be updated to 18 projected rank. So because we have such a high rank, we have 78% of givebacks, or get rewarded up to 78%. But now they're doing the full raffle with givebacks. So whenever you donate to a project, $5 or more, then you enter into the raffle of the givebacks every 2 weeks. and the first prize is a crazy amount. I'm not even sure how much it is, but it's over $1,000. And yeah, so give power boosts you up, and then makes you more known up to the list, and then also gives people more incentive to donate to you. And that's tough because we want to also donate to the lower, less boosted projects. That's our goal with Hand Protocol, is to lift up all these projects.
Yeah, and I was taking a look at handprotocol.org, empowering public goods projects. So, where are you primarily focusing as far as supporting projects?
Yeah, it's really just within our bandwidth and our resources. So a lot of the resources have been technical, or consulting in different areas. You know, um, but if we don't have the resources, then we'll figure out how to get them. If we don't have the right knowledge, we'll figure out how to get it.
Nice. Fabulous. Well, does anybody have any questions for Ko that's on the Zoom or on the live stream here? Would love to hear more about, and that may be a separate conversation, but what you're doing. You talked a little bit about Willie, but is there any other opportunities that you're taking advantage of to really get support out for? Because there's only 4 days left on this
4 days
to get the
left.
matching.
Yeah, and please do focus on the projects a little lower.
Oh,
Yeah,
these over
or
here.
no, well, just, yeah. So those are our projects, but also on the Give It page, if you go to the About,
Let's see.
page is right at
About. Okay.
the tab bar. It's a little tricky. Sometimes you get lost on on the tabs. Yeah. So Vita Verde, The Lost Children in Benin City, and Music Onboarding Machine. These are all the ones that you saw as well on the Hand Protocol site. Um, these are our featured projects that we're working with, and they're doing amazing things. Vita Verde has an amazing container space in Venezuela, teaching and doing art, working with nouns. They're on flows.wtf. Just some really, really amazing stuff. And then Lost Children Benin City, Existential Zoomer. She's doing a documentary about human trafficking in Benin City. And it's a very, very tough subject, but she's doing the work. With the last QF funds, they went to the border to film, and they're planning another trip. But she was also trying to come to Ethanburg to present. So definitely an amazing project that needs some support. And then the last one we have listed on there is that's Jose Cabrera. He's doing music onboarding. He's a huge onboarder for Region and philanthropy and music in general, just loving people. So it's all about healing music through the right hurts. So and he's also
Fabulous.
and he has another project that's Hojada. It's an Amazon tribe in Venezuela that they're preserving the history and a lot of stuff like that. So, but that's not a project within Hand Protocol.
Got it. So can you explain a little bit, because I'm a little confused
Yeah, there's a
myself,
lot.
as far as the USD Glow. Does it make a big difference whether people donate to this with using USD Glow, or can you help us understand how that works?
When it comes to match funding, it doesn't. It Match funding is only required with a Gitcoin passport score of 15. So that's passport.xyz. Go there and connect different things to prove that you're a human. And then there's certain tokens that aren't matchable, right? You can't just donate any token and expect it to be matched. With USD Glow, whenever you donate it, there's a chance that you can win one of the competitions. And also when you hold USD Glow and when you trade it and when you stake it, these are all things that, like USDC, they make money, and that money goes to public goods. So we love USD Glow, of course.
Nice. Yeah, I went through swapping when I did a donation the other day for, and let's see, it looks like this one, I did $5 on this. This is the project that we featured on January 27th, and I did a donation over here to this for 5 USD Glow, and I'm gonna do another donation with some of our affiliate on-chain ambassador revenue. And I don't know if you saw Co, but did you see that Gitcoin Passport? This is some trending news that I saw on Twitter today.
No, I didn't see this.
Yeah,
Oh, by
so
Holoman. That's interesting.
yeah, so that'll expand and then kind of uncouple the Gitcoin aspect with the passport. So I think that that's optimistic. We've been talking about actually incorporating Gitcoin passport into our onboarding process with Unlock Protocol for iLOCAL, which we're wanting to have using a NFT proof of membership, a very low $7 a year. But anyway,
Yeah, I love Unlock Protocol too.
yeah, for sure. But not seeing, let me see here if there's any questions from our audience. I wasn't seeing any questions from the Zoom or on the live stream, but last chance to ask questions to Co about hand protocol or giveth here before we move on and start rolling up our sleeves surrounding our iLocal working group here today.
Also have a little information on some agents, some really cool stuff going on with agents if you want to.
Yeah, no, would love to hear that. I don't see anybody opening their mic, and let me check the
Definitely
Zoom
open to
chat.
all the questions. And you can also hit me on Discord CoX or Telegram crypto_co, or Telegram at CryptoCo, KOH.
KOH
Got Jose Cabrera.
X.
Yeah, no, a lot of these people can't even get on Twitter, man. They're in Venezuela.
This
No,
isn't
no,
you, is it?
no, it's not. On Twitter, it is crypto_co.
And I saw Mike open up your mic there. Did you want to chime in some thoughts, Mike?
No, I'm good.
Fabulous. So yeah, follow crypto_co on Twitter about hand protocol. Love what you're doing over there and looking forward to continuing to collaborate. But let's hear some
Do you
what
want to
you're
click the
cooking up
impact
with.
projects?
Yeah,
Right
let
there
me
on
open
the,
that up here.
on the first post right there. Yeah. Let's see if this thing works.
So what do we do here? Spin the
Spin
wheel?
the wheel to discover amazing positive impact project. Contribute
So
USD
how do
Glow
I
to
do
your.
this with the mouse? Do I just click on it or
Click on that.
let's grow?
Let's grow.
Seal 911. So what does this mean?
Now click donate USD Glow. And there you glow.
Okay, so that's a project discovery for the current QF round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is my third iteration of it.
Nice.
And I'm very happy with this one. It's fun.
And
with
I see
AI
Ernest has a mic open. Did you want to chime in some thoughts, Ernest?
I was just gonna say it. At first, I didn't follow the donate button because I actually just wanted to learn about the organization. So I think off that wheel, you know, if it was called like learn more button instead of a donate button,
Definitely.
it would.
I like that. Or two options maybe.
Or just discover. I mean, because you go to the,
Discover now.
it's not actually a donate button. It takes you to a
Right.
website
Right.
where there's a donate button. And
Get to donating.
yeah, well, and you wouldn't be spinning it unless you were looking for some place to donate. I just noticed that right off the bat. I was like, well, I don't want to donate right now. I just want to learn. And then it's like, well, this is the only place you can click. So let's click it. I bet it opens it up. But it's nice.
Yeah, UX and UI. I love giving feedback on UX and UI, and I really appreciate it. So happy that Glow Dollar gave some feedback as well. They're like, hey, where's all the information about Glow Dollar? I was like, you're right. And then I made this iteration, and the wheel and everything came out so good. I was so happy. And for those that aren't good at making websites, go to bolt.new and text to prompt a website. And if you're good at good ideas and creating different bowl.new. Yeah. This is a Stack Blitz product, which was, hey.
Can you share the links and also your other social media links so we can just click it?
For sure.
Yeah, I think I've seen bolt.new. I was also seeing a lot of chatter around Replit here on Twitter this weekend.
Yeah, Replit is amazing. So every tool for their, for their task, right? For me, bolt.new is just an amazing rapid prototype for a website, web app. And I can easily deploy it to Netlify and then Supabase for database and register a domain name and have a website up in less than 20 minutes. With Cursor and other things, it's the execution. Now, Replit's another being, right? This is making all sort of different apps. This isn't just web apps. But bolt.new, we even made Sweet Spot, the whole web page. I made it with my web developer and my full stack developer. We spent like 4 hours using bolt.new. And then he spent like a week or two converting some stuff.
And speaking of AI agents, have you started looking at Goose from Block at all yet?
Yeah, I saw Goose. I've managed to get to the first page of installation on Linux. I didn't put a key in because normally I use a different provider. So
yeah, GitHub, Block,
I definitely want to use it. Something that makes me really excited. I used AutoGPT a while back, and that was more of a like the way that we're getting towards like O3 and with like analyzing and O1 analyzing, breaking stuff down and doing different things, moving it. That's the way AutoGPT started out. But yeah, really happy where we're at now. A lot of stuff. Also, for those that want to run stuff locally, like Goose, if you want to run different models, different AI tooling locally, Pinocchio.computer, Pinocchio with a K. So I need to, she said, can you write it down in the side chat? I don't know, there's too many links. And that is a one-click installer that makes a Dockerized container for each app, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely the direction that we're going to get an MVP online for our launch phase with AI agents is creating a Docker that we can deploy in a cloud environment for our cooperative members.
Yeah, and this is so amazing because you can just give somebody, the Pinocchio and the install file, and it just sets up your whole environment just right there. And as you know, and a lot of people know, the difficulty with running all these different apps is all the different dependencies, each app. So you have to change your dependencies system wide. So this, with the Docker, for those who don't know, it puts it all into a containerized environment so that it doesn't change your system environments.
Yeah, and go ahead, Ernest.
Have you seen the browser use?
The browser use?
So,
oh,
yeah, you essentially,
I see that now on the page.
Yeah, you essentially give a control of your browser to
nice.
your agent. So you have an agent that can
that looks fun.
Basically, see stuff as it's happening.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, so is it does it do logs and everything, or is it? And because that's my biggest thing is like I need something to just watch what I do, and this is a tooling that I was coming up with a long time ago, like a meme tool called High Intellect. Every time you get high, it's like, oh yeah, would you like to expand on that idea? But just basically what ChatGPT is. People just keep asking the same ideas.
Yeah, but like, why do I need why like you don't even need, I mean, applications are essentially, websites these days, a lot of them. So like what what
That
if
brings you, yeah.
the future is just your own customized browser, depending on whether you're using your browser for business or personal uses, and then you just have different plugins, extensions on your browser to give your agent or your swarm, uh, the functions that you need.
Yeah, sorry, I jumped ahead into the dystopia of of how, where we are now with apps. It's like before it was make all the dApps that you can make so that we have good enough dApps on Web3 so people want to use our software. And now it's, does your dApp even have an API that people want to use? Does your app, is it useful for an API? Now it's, does
Mhm.
it plug into Eliza?
Well,
Did it
so
make money? But
one of
then
the
my
things I've found about the Eliza agents is, at least unless you run the code yourself, there's usually like limited memory capabilities. So like I'm trying to figure out on Fleek, deployed one of their agents, got it in Telegram, but I don't have the plugins to train it until I can. Basically, I'm testing out the 0G protocol to use as the database so that I can have persistent memory with the agent, and then it has the basics for training in a Bootstrap plugin, but it doesn't have the memory right now. So it's like I got to have the right memory in order to actually train the agent, not just have an agent that like has conversational history.
Right. Well, I mean, conversational history is memory to a point, depending on
Yeah,
how the agent's able to take care of it, right?
yeah, but like you can't give the Eliza agents a link and have it remember a link past if you restart it.
Hmm.
Same with
Oh
like
yeah.
email
Oh,
addresses.
but you're also talking about with Fleek.
Yeah, well, and it's with each of the platforms that I've tried that allows you to create the Eliza agents from a template.
Right. Right. And I first want to say I give mad respect to all these platforms that are doing this, right? Mad
Mhm.
respect. And keep on pushing. And you know what I'm saying? I really can't wait to see all the new cool stuff. But this is a big thing that I've seen. These limited options. That's what we're wanting to help with region host. And maybe that's what we should make today on the working group. We just make the website on Bolt. uh, but yeah, and to not only just give you one solution, like hey, we can deploy your agent for you, or hey, we can give you an environment that you can edit this. But even down to hey, here's a CLI if you want to tinker around in there, and then we've got working groups to help you.
I mean, that's essentially what Fleek is doing with their. You get a lot more functionality if you can work with your agent via the CLI, the command line interface. But
Yeah,
most
but it's
people,
very
right? Like
difficult,
most
right?
people that are non-devs checking this stuff out, they want, they're trying to interact with their agents via Twitter, via Telegram, via Discord.
Yeah.
So you got to have a way to actually train up your agent. Um,
Yeah. So the problem with right now, the issue with memory is across different adapters, different clients. Right now with Eliza, they don't have a shared memory bus across clients, which is something I'm really looking forward to. So right now you can talk to it on Discord and train it in Discord and all of its memory
mhm.
there, but then it doesn't share that memory with Twitter.
Yeah,
Right
no,
now
I
we have
figured that.
over 15 agents. We have 8 agents running for James McGee with Memes for Trees. He's in the polygon.gitcoin.co AI agent meme battle right now, which we need a call to action right now. We need to trade some tokens. We need legitimate people to trade tokens with verifiable passports to trade these agent meme tokens to help Memes for Trees win. Um, so And so we've got those, and his are mostly on Twitter, but some are on Telegram. Then we have Jimmy Cohen's. We got one of his agents on Telegram and on Twitter. And then we've also currently in a ETH Global Hackathon with Green Pill Network or Green Pill Dev Guild. And we're working on a community agent or a community host agent that guides you, and obviously a community host. And then Virginia is our project management agent for region goods and helping with loans. That's within Hand Protocol, and she's been in a few other places in Infinite Backrooms or Infinite Region Backrooms and TMOs. And then I've got one agent outside of the region field, but I think he is a region as well. It's Tank from Matrix. He's working with dial.wtf to help, make sure that the messages get through wallet to wallet. And we've got a few others. I think Guardians of the Earth was suggested by Tex or Source or some Tex. Sorry if I butchered that, bud. And so yeah, we put Guardian of Earth up, and then sponsored API with YGG Anderson, who's working on Gaia AI, which is not Gaia Network, but it's a sub one. Some really cool stuff. So honored to be able to work with, and Grok as well. Grok, GROWK, with Let's Grow DAO, G-Man, and the whole group. So very honored to, be working with all these amazing people, and, on this conversation with y'all right now, amazing people. And the biggest thing I've seen is, infrastructure troubles. So let's get those technical infrastructure stuff locked down and get a good governing body for it. And
yeah, and I think the infrastructure opportunities are a different opportunity to solve, and infrastructure is never an easy thing. And I think the biggest opportunity is really solving some problems for people. And this is one of the things that I love, the narrative opportunities around AI agents is just pushing the results narrative and the opportunity to just entirely abstract away technology through an amazing UX UI.
Yeah, we're going to deploy so many region agents that people aren't going to know what to do but good.
Yeah, and I think just having mechanisms that push, because one of the beliefs that I have is, especially we Americans are largely culturally inept at really what community looks like. We've been so deep in technology here in the 21st century, and it's just really amplified our disconnectedness. We're more globally connected through technology than we ever have been, but yet it's only surface level. And that's one of the things that I'm really looking forward. And that's some of the underlying things that we're wanting to do with iLOCAL.fyi, is really foster local community and cooperative ownership, which is largely nascent here in the US in our mostly capitalistic models that is global or national and not at a local or regional level.
Yeah, that's one of the one things that I was touching on earlier, that it's where, I was talking about this in a different retrospect of somebody doing film processing or, her, and taking the time, but it wasn't necessarily because they want to do something that's so long, right? Now we can do stuff so quick. ChatGPT, we can do it so quick. Now we've got time to do stuff that's long, and we want to go find pleasure in stuff that takes longer. But really, this was a topic of in Green Pill, about green pilling those that are older, that are already in a point in their life where they don't need technology, or they're happy with life where it's at. And so, and especially with regen or with green pill nature, it's, we do want to touch grass. And so ultimately it once all the, like I was saying, with the apps being plugged in to Eliza, not having to use your browser, right, Ernest, to not having to use your browser, it's like it gets to the point where now then you find, a lot of people will find pleasure in the retro, right, and in the retro usage of, we have so many kids and adults that love 3D and love massive, but then they find retro gaming and retro televisions like, this is amazing, the technology in it, or just discovering history. So we always revert a little bit.
So yeah, and that's choose your own dynamic as far as technology and whatnot. And I think if we do a better job with AI agents, that may minimize some of the spending of time that we're doing to use software and technology today that could be potentially moved to the AI agency functionality. So anyway, one of the things that I would like to talk about here with the little bit of time that we have left on our working group, one of and this is our Google Docs, our pre-launch conversations around iLocal, pivoted from invest local, but going here to the goals, one of the things that we're wanting to do is to have some ecosystem ways to invest in what we're doing. And there's really several ways that we're going to do that. One is through a funds dynamic. The other is through a clubs. And then also we're going to have individual tokenized assets. And got some examples here, like a lot of our conversations have been around my IRA fund. And iLOCAL FYI is functionally going to be a ecosystem sister organization to AI agents.box. And one of the things that we're wanting to do with iLOCAL FYI is really get a template for funds where it's substantially lower cost to create a fund. And when I'm talking about a fund, this is the kind of fund that want, people like grandma and grandpa money to potentially invest in. Now, I'm not necessarily advocating that AI agents may be that sort of dynamic, but some of the other things absolutely could be. So this is one of the things that we'll be having some conversations not only through iLOCAL FYI, but also similarly through AI agents is this, because there's overlapping synergy here. And one of the ways through our tokenomics for my IRA fund that we're looking to capitalize iLOCAL FYI, which we are positioning ourselves as a public good, is through my IRA fund. And real quick, since talking at tokenomics, let me just do a real quick search on our Telegram for tokenomics. So here is the post, and let me open up this real quick, make it a little bit bigger for everybody. So this is where, and my IRA fund is what we're going to be largely focusing on, but through our tokenomics, we're going to be allocating 20% of the total amount here for iLOCAL FYI and 20% for AI agents.box. And we will likely pursue this being organized as a Wyoming DUNA, which is a decentralized, unincorporated nonprofit association, and likely seek 501c4 status on, but that's one of the things that our founding members can make a decision on. So yeah, the going back to the Google Docs, like getting some of the initial things in place, because the goal when we're promoting or pitching my IRA fund is to create the opportunity where people can invest or onboard as a cooperative member into my IRA fund, invest in that P token asset, or if they want more of a fund situation for AI agents, then they could invest in a fund. And the main difference between these versus like a club is likely have a minimum $5,000 investment threshold. And this is, to be clear, not an opportunity to invest in any of these situations. These will all be private placements that we will be doing through we're fans of the securities exemption under Rule 504 Regulation D, and that's one of the things that we'll be having P-Token associates within our ecosystem to talk about. So that's something that we'll be having some more conversations, but just real quick, myself and Co have been doing most of the talking here. What are some things surrounding iLocal that we could potentially focus on for next week's working group? And we're going to host this working group for the next couple of weeks. I'll have to evaluate what the calendar looks like as we get closer to ETH Denver. But for the next 2 weeks, for sure, we're going to allocate this time, and we may continue on this cadence because most of ETH Denver, I believe, will be February 26th which is Wednesday, to March the 2nd on Sunday. So we'll likely continue the same cadence on Monday at this time slot for continuing the pre-launch conversations for iLOCAL.fyi. But on that note, I'm going to stop talking and get some feedback from you all as far as what we should focus on for next week's pre-launch working group.
And thank you all so much for having me, guys.
Well, love the thoughts, and looking forward to collaborating more on all of the regen aspects and all of that good stuff, and especially AI agents because we're all figuring this stuff out here together, right?
I'm super bullish on iLocal, right? I did knock the name a little bit. I'm like, I don't know, man, but just because it's too good.
Yeah, well, and you think about like local businesses, reviews like Google reviews and Yelp reviews are largely centralized through two platforms, and that's one of the reasons that really leaning into iLocal and has abstracted away invest local, because like it has resonated increasingly with me too, like iLocal FYI.
I like it. How many of these sessions have you had on iLocal?
So this is our 7th pre-launch conversation, but like we've been having conversations, and this is something that Tyler and I Am Lotus can attest to. Investment clubs are something that we've had conversations with off and on all the way back to like Q4 of 2021. It's just not really lined up from a technology standpoint. And this is one of the use cases, as I mentioned during our side conversation, Mike, with AI agents, really looking to abstract away the administration of these hyper-local investment clubs. And I really think that the clubs is going to be some of our secret sauce to really change some of the narratives, but really just create stronger local communities, because most people can get behind the belief of investing in your local community, whether you're investing time or money, absolutely pays dividends.
Mm-hmm. I concur.
And I was looking here, it looks like a Gitcoin Passport has already updated their place to human passport, previously Gitcoin Passport. So that didn't take long to unfold at all.
Passport. Passport.
I wonder if it was too long.
Human. Well, I think it's human with passport.
I don't know what.
No, you don't like it? Human with passport?
Let's see if it was already taken. I'm curious now.
Well, it's a 4-letter ticker.
Yep. See,
that's some alpha right there. That's some alpha right there. Got the HMN dropping soon. HMN. Wait, HUMN. Yeah, okay, that's easier.
Well, let me since I'm here, let me go through this workflow to check my score with my MetaMask wallet.
Look at this too. So Holland purchased it, right? Or is taken out. Yeah. So to me, like Passport, I've had the pleasure to chat with Daniel from Gitcoin. He presented several places, and my question was, because because of one of our friends, long-term friends that wanted, is Anon in essence, right? It's very public with his friends and other people, but Anon in essence, when it comes to there's, across the world, there's a lot of government things going on, though it's very difficult for crypto, as we know. And in this situation, he couldn't get a score past like 13 or 14 without, doxing himself or putting himself at risk. So, and Holonym is one of those like full doxing. They use ZK rollups for encrypting your biometric scans, but still, to some people, that's you're putting your biometrics into a ZK rollup somewhere. It's still a lot less, honestly, than half the stuff that most people have done with Web 2 applications and signing the rights away.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I think people are increasingly aware of as far as, whoring out our data to big tech, and Facebook and Google, Meta are the kingpins of using our data for their profits. But So I just did a refresh on mine. 47.6. This is something that we may have some conversations, like we've got on a roadmap to do a deeper dive on this, because like Mrs. Yonks hasn't gone through a lot of the stuff, and we're talking about implementing using Unlock Protocol, where it's got some, like, whether it's a score of 15 or 20. I think that's generally regarded as, because with iLOCAL, we're positioning iLOCAL with a proof of membership where we're looking to onboard only 100 founding members. And I'll send you a link to Co, so that you can join as a founding member. It's only $7 a year on Unlock Protocol, because we'd love to have you as a founding member. I don't even know if we've got all of that workflow figured out, because enjoyed the conversations around Giveth here the last couple of working groups that we've had, and loved deviating here briefly on some of the AI agents conversations. And
Sorry
that's
if we ate
something
up the
too.
airwaves, guys.
No. We do plenty of grinding, and we're largely just mostly copying and paste stuff. So
Hey, man, if you
having some
copy and
fresh
paste the right
perspectives.
stuff, you make some
Yeah,
amazing things.
that's what we're trying to figure out: copying and pasting the right stuff. As far as but one of the other things too, just to go off on another brief tangent here, how much have you looked at what Common Ground is doing?
Common ground. App.cg.
App.cg. Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, because this may be
Look.
like a good place for Hand Protocol to get some presence, because one of the things that's fabulous about it is it's a fabulous UX UI, and it's very ethos aligned as far as things. We've created a community here on for AI agents at AIagents.box, and planning to follow suit, because again, iLOCAL.fyi is a sister ecosystem, public good for our ecosystem, and again, wanting to kind of follow suit. And the cool thing about Common Ground is that you can do native token gating. So the opportunity, like have a members only section using a token gate is one of the capabilities. But better UX UI. Like, I'm not a fan of Telegram or Discord. I don't think that it does a great job protecting new people from
Right off the bat.
predators.
Yeah, right off the bat, your settings are terrible.
Yeah.
But I do like app.cg. I love the common ground as the TLD. That's terrific.
Yeah.
Well, and
Right.
it basically replaces snapshot and discourse, which a lot of folks pair together. They got Discord and discourse and snapshot,
And then
and
bots
still
become only
no on-chain voting.
yeah.
All right. Well, we're already 1 minute past the hour, and I always want to be respectful of everyone's time. We'll be back for an AI agents. Let me go there here real quick for our Luma calendar. Just going to open this again. We'll be back in approximately 4 hours for a pre-launch conversation for AIagents.box. And then we will be back same time next Monday for iLOCAL pre-launch conversation, our 8th working group on February 17th. But on that note, I'm going to stop the share and let anybody chime in some final thoughts before we say adieu here this afternoon.
We'll see you in a bit. Welcome, Cole.
Welcome, Cole. Thank you for all the information you shared today.
Thank you.
Cheers.
You're welcome.
Adios, everybody. Till next time.
All right. Cheers, man.